across the Spider-Verse, please welcome Michael Semanick, re-recording mixer. Come on out, Michael.
Hello, Santa Barbara.
Hello.
You got an amazing city here.
Right?
It's unbelievable. I got to stay the night last night and venture around the town and never been here. Wow. Live music. It's a great secret. I'll be back here for sure.
There you go. You'll be back. But thank you for coming. I love that clip because if you've seen the film in the movie theater, you would have felt the sound turn, like talk about that, because that's kind of amazing.
Yeah, well, in that clip visually, you see it's so beautiful visually. And when Gwen goes upside down and the whole world turns upside down, we had decided we got to do that with the sound. And we got to turn the whole city upside down. And Daniel's got a little piece of score in there that also I moved all the way around the room. And in Dolby Atmos or in 7.1, it's very subtle, but it gives the audience a little bit of uneasiness because it's like, well, what's cool, what's happening? But then they two settle in, and it's such an intimate conversation. And so I don't draw a lot of attention to it, but it's a really subtle thing. And we're coming out of the song and going into Daniel Pemberton's score. It was just, and then they get intimate, and so the city kind of drops away, and we really focus on them. So we're just trying to, tell the story a little bit more.
There are so many different verses or worlds in this film. Like, how did you distinguish the sound for? I mean, we're not going to break down every single one, but the general.
They go to all these universes, but that was a big thing. How do we get the sound to match visually, like the textures, and how do we put the audience in each place? Because sonically, it just needs to feel like we're there. And so, yeah, there was lots of discussions, lots of trial and error of different sounds and different things, going to India, and Mumbattan, and how we make that kind of chaotic, and the character is so fun. But yet, so, yeah, each one had its own particular, challenges, I guess you could say there.
How did you crack the scene where Miles puts his headphones on and he's listening to?
Oh, I had so much fun in that scene. That's a James Blake song, and Metro Boomin, I think, produced it. And it was so wonderful because we tried many different ways. Because he goes to the bedroom, he's just got that argument with his parents, and he just gets lost in the music. And so that song just worked so well, and I had all the elements, so I could spin everything around the room when he's got the headphones on. He's just lost in his own world, and it was so fun. All the vocals are spinning and everything, and then Gwen's coming in, and you barely hear her. And again, in Dolby Atmos or in 7 and 5.1, you can really get the sense of that moving around the room, and just like he's lost in a dream, and then she snaps him out of it. But it was a lot of fun to mix that scene. It took a lot of time, but because there's also when Gwen's coming in, the walls are shaking, and we used to have sound in there, like all the paper and everything shaking, and I think it was Phil Lord who was just like, can we just just let the song be it until it snaps him out of it? Like, let the audience see all this stuff moving, but we don't hear it. We just hear that song. We're just lost with Miles the whole time, so until she snaps him out of it. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun, a challenge.
I love that. Talking about challenges, what was the biggest sound for you
challenge
to mix?
In this movie?
Yeah.
The whole thing, I don't know. I mean, that thing takes you on such a ride, and there's such beautiful emotional scenes, and then you're off to the races, and you really had to earn. I mean, I think Phil and Lord and Chris Miller and Joaquin, all the directors, Kemp and Justin, really wanted to earn the audience's respect and earn their thing. So it was like, we don't want to blow people away when we get to the action scenes. And so we want to calm things down and make the audience kind of lean into the film and really pay attention. And then we can take them on once we earn that from them and they're invested, then we can take them on a wonderful ride. And so I would say that, I could go through the whole film, and we spent a lot of time and a lot of money mixing that movie and sound prep for that film. And thank you, Sony Animation, for the budget you gave us on that. I really appreciate that. And I think it really did it justice. And we had to get the sound to match how beautiful the movie was. And so it was, how do we get the sound to match that and keep the storytelling going, and just, add as if it's part of the whole package. And it's an animated film. Thank you for recognizing animated sound.
Animation,
I appreciate that.
We had to do
great.
it. Right? I'm curious, what is your relationship to sound? Like, somebody just sneezed, bless you, whoever it was, but like, do you hear that, like, you're walking around Santa Barbara, which is so different to like LA and New York, like? Oh yeah, when I'm out, like, when I walk around, even here, Santa Barbara, and taking in all the sounds of this city, I do. I pay attention. I pay attention to little things. I pay attention, so I'm not walking around with earbuds on. I really like the sounds of environments. And it really helps me when I'm watching a movie to, like, what environment are we trying to create? Where are we going? How can we help the audience feel like they're in this environment? So, so I do pay attention to a lot of sounds. And I do point it out when I'm with people. Sometimes I'll hear something, I'll go, well, that's a really cool sound. And they're, oh, yeah, well, that's just a siren in the distance, or a wave lapping. But, even when you're on the beach here, certain waves have certain sounds. It changes all of a sudden, and it's just nature. I don't know. It's fun for me to hear that. I love that. Well,
did I answer the question?
There you go.
Oh,
you
no.
did. Michael, I'm so glad that we could honor animation and sound, because of course we would.
Thank you. And I appreciate it a lot, and we all do. So thank you again.
Thank you
having me here. I'm coming back. This is a great town.
You'll be back.
Great town.
You'll be back, and we'll see you back for the panel conversation. You can drink that. That's yours. And let's take a look at a clip from Poor Things.
All right.
Thank you.